No, Elon Musk is not buying Manchester United. According to New Delhi CNN Business, the richest man on earth has once again created chaos and commotion on the internet with his tweets. Tesla's billionaire and CEO Elon Musk tweeted last on Tuesday that he was buying Manchester United Soccer Club. Also, I'm buying Manchester United. You're welcome. Musk told his 103 million followers on Twitter without offering any details. Hours later, and after several news articles were published about his bold claim, Musk clarified that it was all a joke. No, this is a long-running joke on Twitter. I'm not buying any sports teams, he said after a user asked him if he was serious about the purchase. Asked about Musk's tweet, a Manchester United spokesperson told CNN Business that we do not comment on rumors and speculation. Shares of Manchester United listed on the New York Stock Exchange initially soared after hours Tuesday following the tweet but pulled back from their gains. The stock was still up about 3% in early trading Wednesday though. According to Forbes, Manchester United is worth $4.6 billion, controlled by the Glazer family, which also own NFL franchise Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Manchester United is one of the biggest soccer clubs in the world, but it hasn't won the English Premier League title since 2013. In his 13 years on Twitter, the platform has become an important part of Musk's personal brand. It's a place where he communicates about his business ventures, lashes out at people he views as detractors, makes market-moving commentary about cryptocurrencies, and shares the occasional meme. He even equipped in 2019 tweet, "Some people use their hair to express themselves. I use Twitter." However, Musk's tweets about Tesla has landed him in hot water multiple times with the US Securities and Exchange Commission. His feud with the SEC dates back to his now infamous 2018 tweet stating, "I'm considering taking Tesla private at 420, funding secured." The 9-word tweet sent Tesla stock surging at the time, but the SEC then accused him of misleading investors. Musk and regulators eventually reached a deal that included, among other provisions, a requirement that Musk gain pre-approval from other Tesla executives prior to tweeting about the company. The billionaire's tweet regarding Manchester United come at a time when he is trying to terminate his $44 billion acquisition of the social platform. Twitter has taken him to court over his attempt to exit the deal, according to Robert McLean's contribution to the story. Manchester United shares briefly popped 17% in pre-market after Elon Musk's jokes about buying the club. Shares of the English soccer club Manchester United briefly rose by as much as 17% in pre-market trading Wednesday after Tesla CEO Elon Musk jokingly tweeted that he would buy the club. "No, this is a long-running joke on Twitter. I'm not buying any sports team," he tweeted, before adding, "Although if it were any team, it would be Man U. They were my favorite team as a kid." Manchester United shares, which are traded under the abbreviation MANU on the New York Stock Exchange, were up 3.68% in pre-market trading as of 4 a.m., pairing gains after initially surging 17% after the. Based on the club's most recent stock market valuation, buying Manchester United would have cost Musk around $2 billion. Manchester United declined to comment on the matter when contacted by CNBC. Musk's original tweet incited a widespread reaction and had gained over 573 million likes and had been retweeted over 140,000 times at the time of writing. Manchester United fans reacted surprisingly, yet hopeful, as many have criticized the current owners of the club, the American Glazer family. This is linked to the club's slow start to the current season of the English Premier League, notching 2 lessons in 2 games, and the club being part of the failed attempt to set up the European Super League last year. Even before Musk clarified that his offer to buy Manchester United was a joke, some fans remained skeptical as the billionaire has a history of making similar jokes online. In April of this year, he tweeted that he would purchase Coca-Cola to put the cocaine back in. A tweet he referred back to on Wednesday after clarifying that he will not buy Manchester United. "I'm not buying Coca-Cola to put the cocaine back in, despite the extreme popularity of such a move," Musk wrote. The original tweet about purchasing Coca-Cola came just days after Twitter's board accepted Musk's offer to buy the social media company for $44 billion. Musk has since gone back on this deal just 4 months after agreeing to it. Twitter is taking the billionaire to court over the dispute. Manchester United's desperation descends into a farce. These days, it doesn't take much for Man United to turn into the butt of a joke, but it doesn't take an erratic billionaire's tweet to uncover what's plugging in the club. It was almost too perfect. Who better than to pile on the social media farce of a summer that has become Manchester United's existence than Elon Musk? With a simple and serious statement threaded into his own unraveled tweet about political parties, the Tesla CEO and billionaire lent a booming voice to the cacophony that is involving Old Trafford more and more by the day. "Also, I'm buying Manchester United, you're welcome," he wrote before replying to another user later on. "No, this is a long-running joke on Twitter. I'm not buying any sports teams." Yet for a club sitting at the bottom of the Premier League table at 0-2-0 with a league worst 5-goal differential and a date with Liverpool on the docket next Monday, the only long-running joke is the club's last 3 months and its precipitous drop in status. The lack of planning and strategy employed by the club is playing out in real time. Erik ten Hag was announced as manager in late April. It was clear at the point that Paul Pogba was leaving, and it was clear at that point the kind of football that ten Hag would try to play. Even something as simple as zeroing in on the right feet at goalkeeper was fumbled. The club let Dan Henderson, better with the ball at his feet, go on loan to Nottingham Forest, while David De Gea, undoubtedly a loyal steward of the club but one who is not as steady with his feet, remained despite a system that prefers the goalkeeper be adept with the ball at his feet. A decade on, there's still no proper middle field engine to provide the coverage and safety net that is sorely needed. Musk does know a thing or two about operating without an engine, but the same principle unfortunately don't apply for Man United's midfield. There's officially a more structured sporting hierarchy in place now, whereas there had not previously been, which makes it all the more inexplicable than that the club has been reduced to a late transfer scramble. It is pressing issues not dealt with in the months before the start of the season, and that's to say nothing of the Cristiano Ronaldo's distraction. It should have come as no surprise that the player casually referred to as Mr. Champions League would want no part of Thursday night in the European League, his affinity for the club notwithstanding. He also doesn't profile as a forward who fits the Hag's preferred way of playing, one who is required to press to fulfill his role in the perpetuated well-oiled machine. He piled onto the social media parade Tuesday before Musk, commenting on Instagram that the media is telling lies, that he's been keeping count of reports and true and false, and cryptically that he will tell all in an interview in a couple of weeks. Let's wait when that will be. While we wait with bated breath for that, United's fault operation beyond how it's handling Ronaldo is being laid bare. Not every transfer rumor that mentions Manchester United is real, of course, but the desperation leaks of the last couple of weeks absolutely reek, with links ranging from Marco Arnautovic to Adrien Rabiot to Casemiro popping up and falling by the wayside. A pair of US internationals have wound up in the mix, though the fit makes a bit more sense from sporting and squad building perspective. Tuesday's reports of Man United's interest in taking US men's national team stars Christian Pulisic on loan from Chelsea followed weekend reports linking right back Sergio Dest. he played under Ten Hag at Ajax to fulfill transfer from Barcelona. It doesn't take much to cast an eye on how other clubs of more successful ilk carry out their transfer plans with precision and intent. And while simply doing that doesn't guarantee success, it at least indicates a clear and direct strategy. Crosstown neighbor Man City, for instance, zeroed in on Erling Haaland and Calvin Phillips early, executed their signings, and most importantly had a full pre-season with which to integrate them. It's true, United set out to sign Frankie de Jong earlier in the summer and even agreed with Barcelona on a fee, but the fact it couldn't convince the player to reunite with a manager under whom he previously excelled speaks volumes about where the club stands, and the fact that there has evidently been no backup plans in indictment on the sporting department. As it stands, Lisandro Martinez, Christian Eriksen and Tyrell Malacia represent United's only incoming signings, none of whom are emphatic answers to what ails this club. Even if the Red Devils do make a splash over the final couple of weeks of the window, how long will it take to work new signings into the fray, and how much damage will have already been done in the table? Shares of Manchester United stock may have risen after Musk's nonchalant social media activity and other reports of the club actually being interested in selling minority stakes, but as it relates to the club's on-field fortunes, the outlook is considerably bleaker. And there's nothing remotely and casually funny about that to anyone legitimately invested in its success.